All right, we are live. Hello, everybody on the chat. Hello, Maree. Hello, Jazzy.
Oh, hello and
Oh,
hello,
it's
Clive.
live.
He's just popped up to say hello. He doesn't do this very often, so he's jazzy. He's saying hello as well. I've got a crystal cat.
Hi, Jazzy.
Hello everyone. How are you, Elisa?
I am doing great. Getting used to the usual of doing the same thing every day. So I'm trying to change things around and do things different every day if I can.
Yep.
Um, just doing, I don't know, just kind of hanging in there. I know that my next mission is almost here, and just getting ready for that. And and that's it. Just a lot of rain in this area, which is kind of weird.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
What
Yep.
about
Yeah.
you?
Puts a dampener on things, doesn't it? Yeah, no, I've been great. Been catching up with people for sessions and just love it, love it, love it, love it. But crazy dreams. I think Lisa and I were talking about this just before we started. Oh my goodness, it's been crazy dream season. So I don't know how everyone else is going. If you've been having a few crazy dreams that you've remembered. Um,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, absolutely. Remembering the crazy dreams and trying to understand. The messages have been great though.
yes,
For sure.
very powerful. And
Hmm.
like my beautiful dream buddy Zandy, that most of you know, she we've been talking every day about dreams because there's been so many and they're quite profound. So yeah, so we are going to do some more dream team shows as well. So I'll get her sorted to start doing those. So
Yeah, yeah, we definitely want to have like a heads up so enough
yep.
people can join. We want to have, as many people as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're thinking maybe your Sunday night over there and Monday morning here, because she's got her boys. So we just have to make it so it works for her. But yeah, so that'd be great. And it's so interesting what people are dreaming about, and the more that you talk about dreams and go into them, the more you start to understand your own archetypes. Like, what
Hmm.
does that represent for me? And I mean, I very rarely go to my dream book now because you sort of get to know your own archetypes and how they work for you. So
Mm.
yeah, so no, we'll definitely. I'll see if we can even start maybe next week. I'll see if she's available, and I'll get that out. Oh, next
Yeah.
next Monday week, and I'll get it
Hmm.
sorted.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, for sure. I think people would be really interested,
Mm,
especially now. It seems like those of us that remember our dreams are having a lot of them. So,
correct. Yep. Yep.
before I would never text you about dreams ever. And out of the blue now, it's like I'm sending you a dream every other day. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
which is fun. Bring it on.
Yeah, yeah,
So
no, exactly. I
yeah,
just love how interesting it is to see how our guides use their way of communicating, with us.
yeah,
So,
absolutely. I mean, I was just getting the thought then. I think I might look at setting up a Telegram group, like the dream team. So if people have dreams and they want to put them down when they remember, they can go on there, and then we can discuss them in the show as well. So that would probably be a nice little step in.
oh yeah, I like that idea. That's
Mm,
fantastic.
yeah. So yeah. So there you go. So so for me,
Yeah.
it's just been dreams and chatting to people and doing my pickleball and this and that. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. The other
life
thing
is
too
good.
that I'm doing is so I was told by the Ninth Dimensional Plating Collective, who Octavia channeled for me, to write down my creator process. So I'll give you an example. I
Mm.
was on my way to a store here called Target, and I'm on my way to Target to get kitty litter. And in my head, I said, okay, when I go to Target, the kitty litter is going to be on sale.
Yeah.
I walk in, and I shit you not, it was 30% off, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. So
Yeah.
then I have to go to the grocery store to buy bananas, and I said, okay, now when I go to the grocery store, the bananas will be on sale. I got to the bananas were on sale,
Yep.
and the day before they weren't, because I had gone the day before. And when I walked in, um, when I walked in, they were on sale. I was like, oh my God, this is getting too good.
Oh
So,
yeah.
writing those, like what you intended and keeping track of, did this work or did that work? Or no, that didn't work or this didn't work. Well, what was my vibration at the time? How did I feel? How did I say it? All that
Yeah.
stuff. So keeping track of that has been really interesting. And also because I am being more of the creator, I feel like my vibration is staying at that higher level, which I want to keep it at that higher level in order to bring in, the change that I want to bring in.
Yeah. And that is so brilliantly said, because I guess I do things sort of consciously, but on the fly. So exactly what you were just saying about seeing things on special. I did that the other day, and I had to go shopping, and there was probably about 10 things I needed. And I said, yeah, all right, come on, let's have them all on special. Back to the price I used to pay like 10 months ago before this inflation, 100% inflation hit, or lower. Every single thing was on special, everything. And I went, oh, I'm going to go down this aisle and see if those are on special. And if they are, I'll get them. Oh, they're on special. Dunk, 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 dunk. And it's a game. It's more than just about the money or anything. It's a
It
game.
is. It is.
And
It's
it's so
about
much
creating.
fun.
I mean,
People,
the bananas were 10 cents cheaper. So it's not like it's about the money.
no,
It's not about the money. It's about the excitement of the creation of, oh, something else. So I put
it is.
myself, I was sat down to meditate just before we started. And my neighbor sits in front of my apartment and sits in his car for hours and hours and hours and hours. And he put music on really loud. And I'm going like this. I'm like moving him, like I learned to do this with my hands to move things out,
Yep.
whether it's clouds out of the way or whatever. And I started doing this. Within 1 minute, he turns the
Yep.
music off.
Yep.
I'm just like, oh my God, this is like magic. So that's why I call the universe magic, because
Yep.
when we become creators of the simulation that we live in, it's like magic. Now, I will say, if you guys are not in the right frequency, if your frequency is tired or frustrated or just anything that's a lower vibrational, then things are not going to manifest as quickly as they do in the higher dimensional or higher frequency space. So don't get discouraged, or don't think it doesn't work. It works. It's just that you have to be at the right vibration to be able to manifest that quickly.
It's so
but
true.
but
Yeah.
when you do it, oh my God, it's so much fun. It's
I
so much fun.
know. I know. And look, even if you're worried, oh, I don't know if I've got enough money to pay for all of this, you let go of all of that fear and you just go into this joy. And, sometimes of course, we're going to have times where we feel a bit down or flat, or we're going through an initiation or whatever. I find the one thing that really helps me to pull back from that energy is gratitude. So I start going, come on, Maree, snap out of this. What are you grateful for? I'm really grateful because I really love my car. Thank you for my car. Oh my gosh, this car's amazing. And I have to self-talk myself out of that place and into that space of gratitude. And then things start to pop up. And I go,
Mm-hmm.
wow, look at the blue sky today. That's amazing. I hadn't even noticed that before, so it really brings to my attention the beautiful things in life. So that's the one thing I find that pulls me out of that space. It's not so great.
Yes, and like Octavia also mentioned, that when you are in the space of the now moment is when you're fifth dimensional. Okay, that's the fifth dimension, is when you have no thought in your mind and you're in the now moment. So having those thoughts of gratitude brings you to the now moment, because you have to notice what's around you to be thankful for, right?
Exactly.
So it does bring you into that higher vibrational state, and it
Yeah.
brings you into the now moment.
Yeah.
So it's double good, to do that.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, so there's a little tip if you guys are going through a bit of a bit of a tougher time, or having emotions come up or whatever. It's feel them, but if you need a break from it, just go straight into gratitude. Even for breathing, I'm really grateful I woke up this morning. Just something that's, oh my gosh, I've got this friend and her beautiful son. He found it very hard to find things that he was grateful for. And so she said, come on, you've got to give me at least 3 for today. And he went, I'm grateful I'm not dead. It's the funniest things I've ever heard. It was so cute. Oh. So it doesn't matter what you're grateful for.
Was it a child?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was about 6 or 7. Yeah, 6. Yeah,
Oh, wow. That's so cute.
Yeah.
That's so cute. Yeah, I wish I knew what I know now when I was raising my kids.
Oh, look, I mean, I haven't got children, but now I think, gosh, I would have been such a beautiful mum if I could have been me now back then. I would have had any fear around how I was treating them or if I was going to hurt them, because that was a big fear for me. It was like, what if I hurt my children? But now I'm like, hey, this would be actually fun. And, I'm really blessed because I do get to spend time with Zandy's kids. I just adore them. And we're like buddies. We just hang out and, Zandy gets to go off and have some time away. But I love it. It's so cool. But they're such beautiful, conscious children because of how she's been with, how they've both been with them. And the difference is palpable in these, beautifully self-esteemed, intelligent, fun-loving kids that are allowed this wisdom to find their way to a point, of course. Beautiful difference.
So, it's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. But I mean, I know that there's a contract that I was supposed to be the mom that I was. And I've come to accept that. And I'm okay with that. Yeah. It is what it is.
And it was perfect. I mean, yeah, you exactly had to be that for them and how they are for you. I mean, if you were a mum now, then you would have completely different souls. You would have had completely different contracts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, there are lots of things happening in the world. It seems like we're getting closer and closer to whatever this main event is supposed to happen, where we switch, monetarily to the new system. And so there's kind of weird things going out there, so I wanted to find out. Mm-hmm. Supposedly, so there were these politicians, 100 politicians were offered satellite phones because of this main event that's going to happen, and their families need to be taken to like special places where there's security and they're safe. And only 50 of them opted to get the phones. And so it sounds like a big, I don't know, like, yeah, like, I don't know, like, is this even true that these phones are really being offered, and that all this, because I'm seeing tarot card readers pulling the cards for it, like saying, what's going to happen, this and that, but they're not asking the main question, which is, did this actually happen? Did they really get offered these phones?
And the other thing I want to ask, are they really satellite phones or are they quantum phones?
Yeah, that too.
I mean, let's find out about the basics, is it true? We learned that one, didn't we? You got to go to basics.
Did this really happen, or is it just bull crap just to make people wonder, like, what's going to happen?
Okay, let's have a look and see.
So,
yeah, we've got our 5 of Pentacles. Now, to me, this is when there's something almost out of place. There's something that's not quite right. There's change happening. And then we got our 4 of Swords. So there's definitely some mystery to all of this. There's a deeper meaning. And I'm just going to check in now to see if they've used it in a way. Yes, it's smoke and mirrors. Yes, they might have got phones, but there's a much deeper reason, which is why that 4 of Swords has come up, because the Magician, to me, is all about some smoke and mirrors and making things look one way when they're another. So all those cards to me are saying they may have got phones, but there is something way bigger going on than what they're saying. It's to make people ask questions like we're asking questions, and it's there's a lot deeper going on with this.
Okay, so you
yeah.
feel that the phones are actually real and that they were actually asked to, like, the just the headline itself is real.
Yeah. 50
So
50,
yes.
50-50, which is really interesting because they said only half took the phones.
Yes.
So, yeah, I feel it was offered. I feel something was offered. We
Okay.
don't know what type of phone it was, but it's a 50-50. Yeah, so there was an offering because we've also got our pager cups that wanted to come up then.
Okay, so then it's a yes.
Yep.
They were offered the phones. And okay, so the next question I had was why? So let's see what what the cards can tell us of the why. Is it because a major event is going to happen?
Yeah.
Or is it for people to ask questions?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I'm still wondering if they weren't just a satellite phone. That's mine.
Yeah, and we can ask that. Yeah.
That as well. Okay, so, oh, that one's hot. You want to come out. Yeah. It was so hot. I had to dig underneath to get this card. I mean, what else do I need to say? It's a tower
That's
card.
all you have to pull, right? Like, we don't need to pull anymore.
Oh my gosh. And then that wanted to come up again. So this is all around illusion and what's going to happen. Yeah, it's all tied in. That's crazy, getting two major arcana cards, and they were both hot.
Wow.
So there's something going down there, Elisa. There is something that's deep hidden, is what I kept getting shown as well intuitively.
So is this what we have? Is this the big storm? Like, like, is this
I feel they're leading up to it with the Magician card and the Tower card. I feel it's being led up to, so people are asking questions. And I've heard somewhere that they were selling radiation pills or something. I mean, they're setting up a storyline, aren't they?
Wow.
Yeah, so there's all these, I've just been hearing that around. Okay, this is weird, man. So yeah, so oh my God, that one wants to come up again. So this is definitely, there's something going on that is creating change, because that Five of Pentacles is a change in reality, but they're out in the cold. It's like, yeah, it's something going on for sure. And the moon is something still out of place though. So the moon, and I feel there's going to be a lot of disinformation, a lot of, still play outs going on,
Yes.
So that's why that moon card came up too. It's, to me, that's always when there's something that's been stimulated in the psyche that needs to come up from the deep subconscious almost to be looked at. So this is definitely waking people up.
Yeah, and I feel that. Like, I feel that within my space,
Yeah.
So did you want to ask about the phones?
Yeah, and just see if they're actually what they're saying they are, which is a satellite phone.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that one. Death card, transformation, Queen of Cups. This is people contemplating emotions around this. I feel it's something different with that death card. So yeah, I'm feeling that it's actually something different. Hidden again, Four of Swords. Nah, there's something more to those than just that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are they going to need the phones? Are they going to need them? Is it looking like this is something that they are going to need in the future?
Let's have a look and see. I mean, who knows? That could be plastic bubble phones, but they're, their intention, maybe they've told them about these quantum phones, and who knows? That's what I mean. There's so much hidden to it. So, but there's definitely been that play around it in the offer. So we're going to ask if they're going to need these. It's something new. Got our Page of Pentacles. So this is something new that's been offered. Yeah. So yeah, I reckon there's something to this, but it's just Knight of Pentacles. This is bringing in a message into our reality. So I believe this is actually it's the beginning of something, because they're very positive cards, like they're reality cards as well. So, and Knight of Cups. So this is bringing in a message with emotions, and actually, definitely, they're all yeses to me.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And why would only 50 take it? You know,
Right.
what is
That's
that
the other thing that I don't
signifying?
understand.
Yeah.
I know that in the Brunson case, I thought every single senator and every single House of Representatives uh, were named in there. So I was surprised that they offered it to 100 politicians and only 50 took it. So then, I mean, those numbers are so perfect. Like it feels like they're fake numbers.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm getting. And I mean, once maybe they only gave it to, and again, it could be anything, but maybe they only gave it to people that were true
yeah. So that's what
patriots.
Teresa was asking.
Oh, okay.
Um, you
Yeah, there
know,
we go,
I guess,
Teresa.
yeah, I
Let's
guess
have a
that
look.
the assumption is it's their white hats
Let's
because
just check in and see were these the people that maybe they were specifically for. Yeah, King of Wands. So to me, this is someone with integrity, that's taking action. So yeah, I would say just even with that card alone, yeah, the High Priestess. There's still a lot of mystery about who is a patriot, who's actually not. What's going on. There's still a lot of mystery around all of this. So it's not as
I
clean cut
wonder.
as we think.
Okay, so I wonder if they're
Mm.
outing the good guys, if it's a message
Mm.
for us to know who the good guys are. And
Exactly.
yes,
Was
so
there a name? Were there names at all of who got them?
I don't know, but if there are names being named, then I think it's a way for the white hats to tell us who the good guys are.
Yeah, who's supporting them, even if they're what they call grey hats now. You've heard that terminology, where
Mm-hmm,
they've,
mm-hmm.
yeah. So that's where they've been maybe on the DS side, and then they've agreed to switch over to help out. So
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
okay, so let's just, so you want to ask if that's going to give us some idea as to
Yes, as to
who's who in the zoo.
who the yeah who the good guys are.
Who's who in the zoo? Let's see if it's gonna, if that's what some of the intention was. Yeah, I think so, because our Three of Wands is looking into the future and letting go of the past. So I think that's because people would ask, but why did those 50 get it? Why did the others decide not to take it? Yeah, Page of Pentacles, something new again.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
So thank you. So yeah, so I believe it feels like it's definitely something to do with it. Oh yeah, you want to come out. The Lovers. Yeah, like I was just talking about, the ones that are in cahoots, even if they've been maybe deep DS, because a lot of them, there was a lot of blackmail and all sorts of things that went on. So this could be their opportunity to go, yeah, I never wanted to be that, but I had to. So I feel that there's definitely a coming together of something.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So is this big event that these phones are for, is this event going to happen in May or June? Like, when do we
Okay.
foresee this happening?
Let me just tune in. I think I'll use some kinesiology with this. And as I say always, our timelines, they're jumping, man. Things can happen, an event can happen here, and then something else doesn't happen till here. So it's like catch up. So, depending where our consciousness is and what we're doing is what we're going to experience. So let's just tune in and see. More clear. So just going to tune in. So now, which event are we talking about though? Because there's going to be a couple.
The event for the satellite phones, the event that the satellite phones are for.
Okay, let's just tune in and see. July came straight up with my kinesiology. So
July.
it's preparing people. So something's going to happen in July. Yeah. So, there's a few things that need to happen first. I mean, look what's happening already. I mean, I just, I saw this video of a girl who went to a bank just down the road from me here in Australia, and she went to get cash out, and they went, oh, we can't give you more than $500. And she went, why not? She said, can any other bank branch give me some? And they went, no, you can't get it from anywhere. And I think the most she could get it then, I think the most you could get like in that day was 2,500. Someone wanted 8,000 that was there in the bank to buy something, and they're going, no, you can't have it. You simply cannot have your money. Crazy. And I know I went to get some cash out the other day just through the ATM, and it said system failure. Couldn't get it out. Whereas I could get it when I went into the shopping centre and I bought something, I could get some cash out with it.
Wow.
So I feel there's definitely something going on that level.
Yeah, well, again, how do you wake people up? You take away their money
out. That's correct. So
yeah.
Yes. So it's interesting times, I tell you.
Yeah.
So, but I have no fear around it. It's almost like there's this excitement, like.
Yeah, it's excitement because we've been at it for so long now that it's almost like, let's just get this over with. We know something's going to happen. We know it's going to suck. Possibly, not even. If you're in the fifth, if you are vibrating high, trust me, it's going to be completely different for you.
Justice. That card just wanted to come up as we're talking about all of this. So that's why I have no fear. I have no fear around it. So it's brilliantly said.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Guys, if there's ever been a more important time to be high vibing, it is now.
Yes.
Stay high vibing. Trust the universe that you will be watched, that you will be taken care of. I mean, the military is going to be in charge. So there would be mass chaos if really bad things were to happen, and they're not going to allow that to happen. So I just know that it's not going to be half as bad. I mean, some areas it might be like Africa, or I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be areas where it's going to really suck. But I really believe, again, if you stay in that high vibration, that you are not going to be affected. So
I agree, and this is an opportunity to also get to know community more. Make an effort to get to know your neighbors, get to know who's around you. If you don't have people, I've already got a plan in place if anything ever happens, so that I'm not here on my own. I've got friends that are going to come here. We've already got it planned. So if it makes you feel better, do that, So
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Dennis brought something up that I was also questioning, which was the FDA putting out a warning about the internet going down. And I'm like, the FDA, like, what does the FDA have anything to do with the internet? Like, FDA is for food, the Food and Drug Administration.
That is so weird.
Okay, what does the Food and Drug Administration have anything to do with the internet?
Absolutely no idea.
None.
Do you want me to check with the cards, or you just?
Yeah, what was that about? Like, was that the white hats like trying to confuse people, or
they're doing a good job?
Like, what is this?
Wow. Yeah, I have no. Okay, let's see if we can get some insight into it from the cards, because that and Dennis, it'd be great to know if they sort of gave a timeline, like how long did they give any sort of indication as to how long that might be the case for, as well. So it'd be really good to know a little bit of detail around it. But I'm just going to tune in and just check with the cards to see why the FDA. Oh, that one's hot. Yeah, guess who's running them now? We've got the Emperor card. Yeah. So they're doing these weird things because people are going. So someone that maybe would go into the FDA to look up stuff, or to or listen to them or trust them.
Yeah.
Maybe the world. Oh my goodness, more major arcanas are coming up. So there's definitely, they're using whatever. It's offering something to people that some people might not want to see. So they're using every single arena that they've got to try and capture as many people.
That's wake all people that I'm up, getting. Basically, start people to question, just for people to start questioning things.
Correct. Because if the seed's there, people aren't going to panic as much. They're like, oh, yeah, I heard about this. That's right. It's not going to be this huge shock to people.
So is the internet going to go down then?
Let's just check and see. I think ages ago we got that it would go off in different areas at different times, didn't we? But let's just check and see if that's still the case, or if we're now coming into a space where there'll be a kaboom for everyone at one time for a short period of time. I mean, the problem is though, because it's used so much for like for, you know, pumps and drug administration and things like that, you know, so let's just see.
And I wanted to thank Lila for the summer ice cream fund.
Lila. Yes, thank you. That's so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Wow. Yeah, I think it's going to be moving around a bit because we've got our chariot, we've got our fool, we've got something new coming in, major arcana cards again. So yeah, there's going to be a time where it could go off, but and overlapping in different areas. Yeah, but there's definitely a new system coming in, guys. Yeah, and it's something that is much better. It's 4 of Wands is all about beautiful foundations in our reality. It's taking action. And look, everyone's really happy in the castle. So there's definitely something new coming in, and it's definitely a much better place to be in. So I don't feel it would be for a long period of time. I just don't see it being able to be for a long period of time.
Yeah. So this is kind of what I get, Wolf Love. It's kind of the same thing. Like the cities like, you know, LA and like the ones that are pushing the
agendas
of changing genders and things like that. Those I feel are the ones that are gonna have to go through.
Yeah, look, who knows? I mean, like I said, it could just be for a short time and then we're switched over to something else. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But you're right. I mean, I think, but, you know, a lot of the people don't want this thing that's being pushed on society. You know, I mean, look at all the boycotting that's going on. Bud Light, look at Target now. Did you hear what's going on with Target?
Well, my son actually sent it to me. He never sends me anything. He's like, don't buy at Target. Don't go to Target.
So this is it. Look at how they're waking people up as well through this horrible agenda that's being pushed so inappropriately.
Yeah. So tell us, so for people that don't know, like me, I had no clue about Target.
Okay. So I just saw something as well. Yeah, I will watch my words. So specific little outfits for little people were being displayed that were completely inappropriate, talking about, you know, going from girl to boy, boy to girl, you know, all sorts of different things, and very much focused on the little ones. So, yeah, really inappropriate. So and then they had a meeting, Target had a meeting and said, guys, this is not going down so well. And so they sort of tried to shuffle it all to a little corner in the back of the shop, but the shops, but it ain't, too late. Same as Bud Light, too late. Once you've said I'm on this side, people are going, nah, we are not going to accept this. So they're another one that are going to go down virtually, which is awesome. And it's just showing us people don't want this stuff, especially not for little ones, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's what's going on. So companies are showing their true colors as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, let's see if we have anything else. Also, Lila or Layla, I don't know, was saying not much of the gender thing going on in Scandinavia, but more and more sneaking in. Oh yeah, it's definitely full on over here, like full on.
Yeah,
they're teaching it in the schools. Oh my God, did you see this video? Or was it a video or a post? Yeah, it was a video on TikTok about a woman that was showing in I think it was first grade or something like that. She had to white out the pictures on the book that these kids were seeing in class of sexual positions, and just like, I was like, oh my God, what madness.
Yeah. And Elisa, it's happening here. They even had it we have a Home of the Arts exhibition here. It was for children. Children got in free. It was completely explicit. sexual position, everything. And people were doing protesting and this and that. And the council are going, oh, no, that's privately rented. They own the building. Oh, that's privately rented by the Home of the Arts. No. So this is going on. They're having people that have transgendered reading storybooks at storybook time in libraries. So there's protesting going on about that. Like, it's really waking people up to the inappropriateness of what's going on in our society and how children aren't being protected. These little ones are just not being protected.
Yes.
So it's happening here too, big time.
Wow. Well, I'm not surprised because Australia is like...
We're one of the 5 of those 5.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just I don't know if it's to wake people up. I mean, or is it the good guys trying to wake people up, or is it the bad guys still trying to
having their
to
say,
get their agenda? Like, what's going on? Because as far as I know, the bad guys are gone. So who is really pushing this?
I think they still have a little bit of sway, and however, it's what they're allowed to do. To like we're talking about now, waking up people. Yeah. So it's actually this is fast action card, the 8 of Wands. This is actually really quickly making people go, what? So that's how it's being used. So even if it might have been set up by the DS, it's actually being watched and run and orchestrated by the white hats, because that 9 of Pentacles has come up, which is very unique, very individual, very very powerful. Actually, I always find the 9 of Pentacles. So that's why that gives us our answer, and it really is making when you have kids involved. People go a bit bananas.
Yeah. So Kat is asking about the music industry these days, how they're indoctrinating the young people. So it almost sounds like that's still being ran by the bad guys, because obviously it's still...
There's still, like I said, there's still some influence here, and it's the lower it's the lower areas. They've worked from the top down, so they're still trying to also catch people. So this is, and people maybe aren't ready to give all this up yet. So this is that gradual awakening as to what you're actually listening to or what's going on, and the influence of it. I know. So let's have a look and just see, is this going to change? I imagine once people find out who these singers and actresses, and a lot of them are maybe clones and things, I think they're going to go, you what? Page of Wands. So this is this is like taking small steps of action, our Page of Wands. So it's things sort of have to go in order. If you took away someone's comfort zone, Page of Pentacles. Again, it's a small step. It's something new, bringing through something new, but it is a small step. It was funny. I was at trivia the other night, and some questions came up around, certain, actors and actresses. And so I just automatically went, oh, yeah, that's actually a guy. And they're like, what? Don't do that. What? So here's me going, oops. And so, of course, it started a conversation around it. But they could only cope with 1 or 2 that we were talking about. They went, no more. I can't. This is gonna burst my bubble too hard. So this is why little steps. So you do have to be kind. You have to be kind, because people aren't quite yet ready, to know.
It's hard for them to believe, but I would bring up the ones that have an Adam's apple, the women that have the Adam's apple. Those are the easiest to convince people. Like, look at the Adam's apple. Like, how can you say that's not a guy?
And I did say that to them, and they're all going, oh, and you can see in their head, and now they'll start looking, because whenever if I watch something, I'm looking at everyone going, they're over 6'2" as a female, let me tune into this. So I do, and it's just amazing, and you get to know the jawline, and even very pretty women, they have a particular jawline, and they always wear scarves, or they'll have something covering this. So it's been a strategy. So that's 7 of Swords. But the nine of Swords came up, which is, don't worry, this is all gonna come down. So Kat, I really feel that they're just taking baby steps with stuff. yeah. So it will change.
Good. All right. So Maple Tree wants to know if we in the future are going to get galactic telephones coming in.
Okay. Well, I've already
So
got
I
one in
don't
my head.
know.
I've already got a galactic telephone here.
Telepathy, right?
Telepathy and
Yes.
connecting and absolutely. So, but what I don't know. What do you think, Elisa?
Well, I think those are the quantum phones, or I would consider them to be the quantum phones.
Yeah, yeah. So, or an aspect of, yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But I feel that as our consciousness keeps expanding and our frequency and vibration, rises, we're going to all our beautiful gifts that we should have had originally anyway is going to come back to us. So we will be able to talk telepathically, or language of light or whatever one language, so we can understand in our heart. We're going to feel things and have a knowing. So these are the gifts and talents that have been hidden from us through our manipulation with the DNA,
Mm-hmm.
etc., etc.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Definitely, this is going to be heightened. It's already happening. You can see it with people. So let's have a
Yeah.
look. Bit of chaos. 7 of Cups has come up. So Maple Tree, it may not be exactly how we think of a telephone per se. That's probably why I was talking about all of these gifts that we have as humans. So looking forward to the future, yeah, it's going to be a lot easier for us to understand how we can communicate with other realms, other beings. Because Queen of Cups, she's contemplating the emotions. There's sadness. There'll be sadness going, how come we didn't know about this before? So I feel it's going to be much more internal than galactic telephones per se. It's going to be
Oh,
within
okay.
us. Yeah,
Okay.
I really feel it's going to be within us. I feel there will be something else. There will be some sort of quantum system maybe that we can connect with on a different way. But I really feel we're going to upgrade more and more
Yeah,
and
I
more.
agree. I agree.
Mm.
I mean, I already seeing a difference in at least in me. And and that reminds me, tomorrow I have a session with one of my good friends here on the chat to do. We're working on telepathy and to
Mm-hmm.
and to start working on it.
Beautiful. And what I find how it works best with me is when I'm in that open-hearted space and I don't have any expectations, and then it just comes through.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've had
Yeah.
telepathy for a very long time, and it's really normal now for me. And I can have it when people aren't even around me and I don't ask for it, and all of a sudden this stuff drops in and I go, oh. And then I'll say to someone like that night, oh, did this happen today? Blah, blah, blah. And they'll go, yeah. And elaborate on it. And I'll go, yes, I got that one.
Wow. That's
So
fantastic.
we can all do that.
Yes, absolutely. We all can. Absolutely. Okay, let's see. The Sound of Freedom movie is coming out, and
Yeah.
I'm wondering if this is going to open up more people. Is this going to wake up more
Yeah.
of the ones that are waiting to awaken? The
Well,
ones
yeah,
that,
isn't the date interesting? That
yeah,
fourth, so that 4th of July, that's Independence Day, isn't it?
yeah.
I think in France, I think it's Bastille Day as well. I think. I'm not sure, but I wonder if it's coming out. Is it just the US that's coming out then, or is it worldwide? Because sometimes it can take us a month or so to get a new movie out here
Yeah, I
after you
don't
guys.
know.
I'd
I
love to
don't
know that because
know.
I'll be going to see it if it's there. So let's find out if it's. Can we get any idea about what is its role? Queen of Wands. Now, she to me is complete integrity. She's the intuition. So this is actually going to definitely be opening people up.
Okay,
I mean,
good.
people wouldn't have a clue. Oh my gosh, fast. Again, we've got that
Yes.
8 of Wands. This is going to be a really fast push. And that's when they'll be able to start probably leaking more information about certain things that go on in the world through certain cults. King of Pentacles, yep, they're all over this one. This is a huge moment, I feel. This is going to be a really big door opener, especially because it's based on a true story. So that
Ah,
it's actually based on a true story.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So that gives it so much more credence as well.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely going to do a lot of shifting.
All right. So let's help Lila out.
Okay.
So her mom got cancer back for the second round. Should she move to Sweden where she lives?
Yeah.
It's devastating times for me right now. Of course, I can't even imagine. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So do you want to
Yeah,
see?
I'll tune in. Yeah. So Layla, I'm so sorry to hear that. My mum went through this as well. And it's just so hard, when you sort of lose an aspect of them as well. Like she got a bit damaged by the chemo. So it was like, but it's a really, for me, what I found was it was a very important time to go internally and to actually know that whatever decision you make, as long as you have no regrets with it down the track. And I've had other friends that have gone through this and they had to be somewhere else when, a parent was sick. And I said, as long as you know in your heart that you're making the absolute best decision at the moment, there'll be no regrets later if something happens. So that would be the first thing I would do, Lila, is I'd go inside and internally tune in and ask your beautiful higher self, ask your heart, what is the best course of action for me? And if you just want to be with your mum, could you take some time out to go and be with her if that's what you feel you need? So, this to me is a really deep personal question because it's when your heart's hurting, you need to listen to it and to do what's right for you and for your mum. So, just let me think, see if I can tune in. I'm gonna get Jasper to pop in here as well with us and just connect in for you. So yeah, okay. So Layla, Jasper was just showing me what you can do as well through your grief and through this sadness. Keep sending love and light to your mum, have that beautiful open heart connection, even if you're not close to her. And if there's any guilt there, you need to look at that. You need to look at what's going on for you and release that subconscious aspect as well. And then, just you have to make your decision for yourself. Would you have regrets? Yeah, what is your heart telling you? But definitely do a little bit of work with some guilt that's there. Um, yeah, and just keep sending love and light as well. But get yourself some support too. Make sure you've got some, a little close circle of friends. We have a beautiful group of us that if someone's going through something like what you're going through and what your mum's going through, we do this circle of love. So we just pick a day, and then whenever people are available, we try and do it around the same time. We just open up our hearts and go into a space of love and just to imagine the person and just sending love to them and just holding that space. And it's amazing what can shift as well. So if you've got any friends that can support you, even on that spiritual level, I think it's a beautiful thing to organize.
Okay.
So I hope that helps. But yeah, it's a tough one.
Okay.
I don't have any regrets.
Yeah. Thank you, Maree. All right. Teresa has a question about the animals. All three of my dogs are bickering and fighting, and it's not a normal thing for them. So I wonder if the energy is affecting the animals different, the energy that they're sending us.
Yeah, true. Good point. And Teresa, how have you been? Who else lives in your home? Because animals will pick up on your energy too. So if you're getting really pushed or you're going through something, or you've been a bit more emotional, your animals will pick up on that as well. But yeah, just check and see, what's going on for them. Talk to their higher self. Go into your higher self, connect in with their higher self, and see what it is they need. That's the best way to get your answer as well with your animals. Bit of rescue remedy in their water works wonders if they're going through that. And what's the power play going on? Because, dogs are pack animals as well. But I tune in through my higher self and go into their higher self and ask one at a time and see what's going on with them.
Okay. So you don't think it's the collective energy?
Definitely could be. They'll be able to tell you if they're feeling uneasy but first of all, I'd tune into you and see what's going on with you. And then, tune in and see what's happening. So you'll know yourself if you've been a bit out of sorts and whatever, and they're picking it up. But definitely animals get affected by this energy as well.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
right, Elisa.
Yeah. So I just wasn't sure if it was something you wanted to ask the cards
Oh,
about.
we could do. Yeah, I of course I can ask specifically and see what's happening with them.
If the
To give
cards
you a
are
clue.
affecting
Yeah.
animals altogether, not just hers, but
Yeah, the energy is actually shifting consciousness.
mhm, mhm.
I know our consciousness does. So affect them. And they take on stuff for us as well. Okay, no,
They
that one
do.
wants to, that one
They
wants to
do.
know. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. So this is contemplating reality. So yeah, they can definitely be affected by these new incoming energies and things like that. So
Mhm.
yeah, definitely. Yes, the sun. So this is this frequency coming in, as I've said, from the great central sun, from beyond the sun, and this is children as well. Children are affected too. Yeah, it does. It's affecting everybody.
Yes.
So yeah, but it's actually going to end up taking everyone to a better place, because that Six of Swords is moving across water into a better whole better system, better place to be. So it's an upgrading as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Um okay. Let's see. I don't know. I'm gonna go with this one because it's in front of me. So
Okay.
three, there beings who have higher consciousness and can manifest anything faster? And the answer is absolutely yes. And this I got from the sessions that I did. Um, the beings that are the higher level beings in the higher dimensions, all they have to do is think about something and it's there. As a matter of fact, they can think of being in a place and they're there. They're just from one second to the other, they can actually move their consciousness to a different place. So absolutely yes. And so that's why when you move from 3D to 4D to 5D, you're manifesting faster and faster and faster and faster. So, yes, absolutely. The higher you go in dimension, the faster you manifest.
Brilliant. And this is also too why we have to clear out our deep subconscious fears and things like that. Because if we're manifesting that quickly and we're getting negative thoughts and things going on, that's why it's like this beautiful balancing act. You clear, you rise, you raise. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, yes, that is a yes, for
Mm.
sure. um, okay, let's see.
While you're doing that, I'll just shut the door.
So I'm looking for, there was another question I had and now I lost it. Okay. Um,
Okay.
Okay, our next question from Teresa, that the reptiles caused the destruction or near destruction of dinosaurs.
Okay. Let's have a look and see. I mean, were there even dinosaurs? I guess.
I think we asked that, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but they were different time frames, I think, to what has been said. So let's
Yeah.
just see if those things caused the destruction or had a hand in it. Let's just see. Oh, that one's hot. Who wants to come out? Yep. No. Look at that. That straight up. So
Straight
I
up,
would,
no.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
no. King of Cups. There's more to it. There's something hidden. So they could have been a tiny. They could have had a part in it, but no, it's not coming up.
No, that's probably their cousins and their uncles and their.
I know exactly. Too funny. Uncle Dino.
Right. Okay, so it says if it was not them, what
Yeah.
caused it? Are there
Yeah.
hidden dinosaurs that still exist?
Yeah.
I think alligators are.
Yeah, they're the oldest, and crocodiles. We have crocodiles here.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying they're the oldest reptilian type being, like,
Mm-hmm.
and they can get their heart rate down to 2 beats a minute, and it's amazing, and they they haven't changed much at all, apparently, like for over the eons.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that
So we can ask if alligators and crocs were part of that dinosaur era. That would be a good
absolutely.
question.
It is a good question. Yeah, it looks like they sort of went a bit more hidden. So because the hermit cards come up, and to me, this is when you go deep, you go inside, and then they got your Nine of Wands. So when everything was going down, like, you know, whether it was a reset, no matter what it was, that Nine of Wands is always about a tough journey. I reckon they've somehow managed to find places to be, that offered them some sort of protection, because that's an offering. That Page of Cups is an offering. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. They somehow survived through all this, because so they're
So
pretty.
maybe they weren't bad like they were portrayed. I had heard something about that the dinosaurs weren't bad at all, and that they were portrayed as bad.
Oh, I mean, goodness.
Interesting.
I know. I mean, look at everything we've been told, though, right? You know, you'd probably say 99.99% of it was actually not true these days. So,
Okay, so did you ask the one about the alligators and crocs being part of the dinosaur era?
yeah, that was it. Yes.
Oh, that was it.
They survived.
Okay.
That was the question I was focused on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's see if there's some that still so they are an aspect of it, I guess, that do still exist.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So then did the dinosaurs, were they killed, or did something happen for them to disappear?
Okay. Let's just have a look and see what happened. Wow. I think this is very interesting. Oh, I knew this was going to come out. I love this. I can't make this stuff up. They had their time in the sun, okay? And then the tower moment hit. So it was like a huge wipeout. Because I mean, I really do feel there have been resets, you know, like the whole matrix gets reset.
Yeah. So was it, I was thinking what came to mind was like a meteor had hit Earth, is what I had heard.
Like that. I don't know, but there was a big fight to stay alive, because that Seven of Wands is about fighting to you know, have your rights and this and that. But no, that Tower card could have been anything. You know, it could have been flooding. It could have been, who knows?
Yeah, just something very drastic.
Big, very drastic. Going from yay, having a nice time to bang and gone.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see if I can find Maree's question, because it looks like I missed it.
Okay.
Let's see here. Every race, people, dogs, horses, and cars run the track counterclockwise. Was that set up by negatives? Oh.
It's interesting, Maree or Maree, I don't know how you say your name, but I think over in, I think it's Saudi Arabia, some of those countries, they run the other way. So in Australia, we run, my God, it's been so long since I've been to the racetrack. Yeah, we run anti-clockwise, but there's some that run the other way. So they have to train to specifically be in one of our big races we have here in Melbourne every November, called the Melbourne Cup. So they have to actually train them, because they do go the other way, apparently. There's not many, but there is some. But yeah, let's just see if that was actually set up to be a negative thing. Well, most things have been, haven't they? At the end of the day.
It seems like, everything.
Yeah, Ace of Cups. So yeah, so this is telling me that there was a very big emotional component of why they've done this sort of thing as well. Okay, that one wants to come out as well. The Hierophant. Yeah, this was done by those beings that we know that have a lot of power and control. So it's, and transition. So yes, so it's obviously it causes some, you know, it causes a change in anything. I mean, even electricity is running the wrong way compared to our body and how our toric field works. So yeah, that I'd say that'd be a yes.
Wow, that's cray.
I know.
Wow.
I love these sort of questions, because it makes us stop and think and ask more questions, which is awesome.
Okay, wow. Okay, we'll do the last question from Maple Tree.
Okay.
She's been asking about Queen
Oh.
Cleopatra being black or white Greek.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Let's find out. Let's see if the cards can give us a bit of a hint. Maple Tree. What do you think? Have you got any ideas on this, Elisa?
Nope.
Let's see. Okay. Whoa, you want to come out? Let's just see. Yep, those two want to come out. So I don't know that she's either, because we've got, this is a having to make a decision. It's like, it's almost a no, and then something's hidden.
She was, if I had to guess, she was an ET, and not even black or white, because she wasn't human.
Just as you said that, the magician card came up. So did she have more of an aspect in her DNA that was more than we think? Yeah, Maple Tree, great question, but I think we have to broaden the broaden the range. So she might have had a skin that was sort of in between that, or as well as how she presented, But yeah, there's definitely more going on in that scenario, because I didn't expect those cards to come up, but they did. So yeah, I think there's more to her.
If you have to think about it, the people in power have always been ET or half ET or part ET or whatever. So I feel like that's what came to me, was like, well, she's not.
The cards are saying there's more to her than just that. So, which is really interesting. Yeah, there's a lot that's been hidden from her, because we've got our 8 of swords. So there's been a lot hidden about her. So so I wouldn't be able to answer that absolutely and go, yep, she was white Greek, or yep, she was black, or I think there was more to it.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. All right. Well, with that said, you guys, remember, stay high vibing now more than ever. You don't want to go through the hassle of all the bad stuff. You don't have to. Stay high vibrational. You guys can do it. We already know how. We've explained it to you, and I know you guys can do it. So we love you.
Yes, we do.
And have a good weekend. And Jessie says,
love you. Have a great weekend, and keep running that white light, clearing out your energy fields.
Very good. Thank you for the reminder. Love you guys. Bye-bye.